This is all water here. Okay, this is all water. And this is like, this area here is like the parking lot, and also where they're getting into the boat. So here's the boats. Okay, on the far right side, I'm looking outside, and on the far right side there's one boat, and this boat is freaking massive. This boat might as well be the fucking Titanic. All right, it's absolutely huge. The waves, first of all, I'm going to put this into perspective. The waves, we're in the harbor, okay? So if you don't live on an ocean, in a harbor, the waves are usually not that crazy. You know, it's kind of sheltered, and it usually doesn't get overly nuts, okay? In this harbor, the waves were like, if I had to guess, they were about 8 foot tall, alright? And this was all a barrier here, across here, to stop waves from coming up over. But no, not these waves. No, this shit was epic. This was like 2012, the movie, where that shit was coming up and like, fuck that monk up. No, that's what this looked like. Shit was coming over, and all of these cars here, all of these cars, okay, right here, all of them parked along the side of the wall where there's a normal parking lot. All the waves were coming over, okay, coming over this wall onto these cars. And the waves were so big and coming over the wall that it blew out. I'm watching this when it happened. One wave came out and blew out the windows in every car. Every car. All the front windshields gone. Cars drenched. Shit was getting real. Okay? Completely fucked up. Absolutely. I was like, whoa, damn. Somebody is sour about life. Anyway, so that's happening. And while this is happening, we'll go back over to the boats. Alright, so here's... This is boat number 1 here, right? It's boat number 1. It's friggin' huge, okay? It's called the Caribou, right? Second boat. Little... Oh, no. I need this. Second boat. Smaller. Definitely not as big as the other boat, alright? Still doing okay. This boat here, the biggest boat, is kind of rocking a little bit. It's kind of rocking a little bit, but cars are getting into it fine. There's no issues with the boat. The people are getting into the boat. The cars are great. This boat, a little bit more rocky, okay? Just a little bit more rocky. It's taking cars longer to get onto the boat because the ramp that comes up to get into the boat is kind of going off the ground because of the waves. It's lifting the ramp off, and so cars are kind of having a hard time getting up there without getting their shit, you know, messed up. And then I look down, and there's the third and final boat. And for all intents and purposes, I'm going to say it's about this big. I know to scale that means it's about the size of a car, but let's just stay with me here. And scale with these ones. Alright? Effing tiny. Effing freaking tiny. It could have been, this boat here should have been the lifeboat to the fucking Caribou, the giant Titanic son of a bitch. Instead, here's this little tiny ass, old as hell, barely holding together piece of crap, and these cars are trying to get into it, and the ramp is going flying off the ground, and cars are like getting half lifted trying to get into this ferry, and they're loading them up and loading them up and loading them up, and they're getting in, and I'm standing at the window watching all of this. I'm taking it in, I'm soaking it in, and I'm looking at it, and I'm going, oh man, okay, alright, okay, this is all crazy. This is all crazy. And all of a sudden, a hand lands on my shoulder. Lands on my shoulder, and I look around, and sure enough, it's Mr. Dunbar. It's my buddy, and he stands up to me and he says, "How you doing, buddy? How you doing?" I looked at him. I said, "You know what, sir? I'm not doing too bad. I'm not doing too bad. I'm feeling pretty good. I slept well. You know, I'm ready for this ferry ride. But you know, that doesn't look so hot outside." I looked at him. I said, "You know, I'm not feeling that. It's not looking so good." And he looked at me and he said, "You know what? It's not looking so good to me either." And you know, we were both sitting there and we nodded in agreement, and we're looking outside, the both of us. And I stopped, and I said, "Sir." I said, "Yes. What is it, Adam?" I said, "I have, you know, can I guess which boat we're taking to go over to Newfoundland?" He said, "Sure. Go right ahead. Go right ahead." He said, "Are you sure you can figure that out?" And I said, "You know what? Judging by how the trip has been going so far, I could probably guess which boat we're actually going to get on." And he said, "Oh, okay, alright, okay. I didn't think it was going so bad, but you know, we had some ups and downs, but what do you think, which boat is it?" And I stopped and I looked out and I said, "Well, It's not the one on the far right. And I'm pretty sure it's not the one in the middle. What's the over-under on it being that lifeboat barely holding together, loading up cars? And he looked at me and he said, wow, you know what? That is actually the boat we're taking. And I said, oh, good. Yes. Thank you, God. I was so worried we were going to have the Titanic. I wasn't looking at all forward to going across that ocean perfectly fine. I was looking forward to taking that thing. Thank you for enlightening me, sir. I absolutely love it. And so I'm looking outside and I'm watching these cars trying to get in and I'm saying, okay, I'm preparing myself mentally. I'm saying, okay, this is going to be kind of messed up. The shit is going to get kind of real. Things are going to be crazy. I might die. This could be the end of my life. But I was kind of I was a mature kid and I said, well, you know what, whatever. We're going to do it. We're going to give her. We're doing this. We're doing it live. And so I went back and I got to my friends and at that point it was just about time to get on the boat. And so we went and we got onto the boat. Next scene. So, we are now on the boat. It hasn't left the harbor yet. Okay? We're still in the harbor because before you go over to Newfoundland on the ferries, they serve dinner. And so you sit and they have the tables and stuff on the ferry in the main area. And, for all intents and purposes, I'm going to try and map out the boat right now, but I'm going to have to redraw this rectangle. I'm going to have to draw it this way. Okay, so I went a little something like this. Just give me a second, guys, to try and get this all set up for you so that this makes a little bit more sense. It's door 1. It's door 2. And okay, there's that and that and I'm gonna need this and I'm gonna need that and let's see. I'm gonna do this. Do that. I'll just make this reasonably quick. Like that, and these are... No, screw off. These are booths. And these are all tables for the dinner. Okay, and then up here, this is a big, huge room. And then there is a room here, and a room here, and these are washrooms, and then this is all hallway space here, and here, and there's nothing in the middle. Okay, and then these are all, let's do it this way, rows of chairs. Okay, so this is going to be kind of nuts, but stay with me. This is the main hall. Okay. This is the kitchen. This is the gift shop. Oh, mess off. Oh, whatever. Okay. You guys probably can't even see that. Yeah. I'm gonna up the font size for you. One sec. How can I even change the freaking font size? How is that even possible? Can I even do that? Oh, it's like that. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I got it. There we go. There's the main hall. Alright. This is the kitchen. This is the gift shop. You guys see that okay? This is bathroom. This is a hall. Hall. These are the quiet rooms. And this is the forward seating area up here. Okay? Quiet room is where people went and slept, or to get away from all the hustle and bustle in the main hall. It's where they kind of sat there, and you could get some sleep and stuff. So, okay. And this side's different. This had beds in it, and this side over here was chairs. Sorry, so are we ready for the next part of the story now? Okay, so we get on the boat, and okay. Oh, hold on. I have to do some things for you first. I have to put some things in here. This is that. I'll make this green and a couple of chairs in here, and there's a big just doing the areas where things happen during the trip, so just give me a second. Oh, the boat is everything. The boat is the worst part of the trip. Okay, so we're ready. We are ready. Okay, so what happened? We get on the boat, and like I said, I'm a bit of a perfectionist. So we get on the boat, and we've had that horrible time, or whatever. We're at the thing. We see all the bad. The boat's going crazy. It's going kind of nuts. And so here's the sitting area right here. And like I said, they feed. Oh yeah. Oh, the seas were still like 8 foot. Like the boat was still going crazy. We hadn't even left the dock yet. We're still there. We're still docked. They feed the whole the boat before we leave. Like they serve dinner. And so we're on here, we're on the boat, and we're all sitting down in this chair area right here, right? And they asked me what I want for supper. And I looked at her and I said, you know what? I'm cool. I have a feeling that I'm not going to want to eat, and so I'm going to pass on that. That sounds like a terrible idea. And she said, are you sure? Because it's a 5-hour trip. It's quite long. Are you sure you don't want anything before we go? And I looked at her and I said, no, you know what? I think I really am good. I'm going to pass on it. Thank you for the offer, but I think I'm going to pass on it. And she said, okay. So she went on, and everybody else started eating. And it was like macaroni and cheese casserole stuff, and fish and stuff like that. And they're all eating it. And everybody's having a good time. And we're talking and everything. The boat's kind of going kind of nuts, but that's okay. It's not too bad. It's kind of nuts, but it's not horrible. And so we all finish eating. And then once that's done, the boat starts going. So it starts getting out into the water. And one sec, I'm going to do this. I'm going to need to do something else later. So